And welcome back to Gaming with ADHD, where I have opted for an afternoon painting stream instead of a morning one because, oh my gosh, am I tired. Seriously, folks, when you get on a schedule and you take 2 weeks off from said schedule, sleeping is not easy. Anyways, good morning. How's everybody doing? I'm actually doing well. It's been a good week, long week. But let's see. What did I do this week? Literally nothing gaming related. Actually, no, not nothing gaming related. I actually picked up a Doctor Who role-playing game, the old FASA one. I'm starting to develop this collection of old FASA games that I never played. I have the Star Trek role-playing game and Doctor Who, Renegade Legion. Trying to think of what else. Old school shot. Anyways, I've got so much old stuff, but it's great. It's fun. I need to get those videos. I meant to have one for today, but I was too tired, so didn't work. But anyways, it's it's a mess. But that is, I guess, a story for a different time. Today, you're all wondering why I'm still sitting here yammering instead of painting everything. And I also know that none of you have looked at the description of the video, and as such don't really know what we're actually. I need to grab one thing. Sorry. If I can remember where I put it, folks, I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. Man, somebody needs to clean up around here. And by somebody, it's me. It's me. It's obviously me. All right. So today, obviously, I've got some Battletech on the table. So longtime viewers of the channel will know, and I actually never did this live. I did this all off camera, but a friend of mine asked me to paint his clan mechs for Battletech, and he chose Clan Wolf Beta Galaxy, and so that's what we're gonna work on, because he's got all of his stuff from Mercenaries, and so now needs that painted to match the rest of his stuff. And anyway, so here's the problem, as it were. I got so tired of painting Clan Wolf Beta Galaxy. Let's see. Just a second, folks. Okay. So, anyways, if you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you know I get frustrated painting units. Like for Battletech, I've always done just the pilots. So everything is different. I get to try something new for almost every single miniature. So this does actually help me get better, even if it's not my preferred way to paint, because I'm going to paint all of these guys. Let's see if can I even get them all in the I can't get them all. Well, I can zoom out. Anyways, so I've got 15 mechs, and I've got 4 vehicles, and we're all going to end up like this guy. So, all of this is the 2 clan stars out of mercenaries, plus the Demolisher, because he likes that mech, so he wants that one too. And the 4 vehicles out of mercenaries. Literally, he does not want any inner sphere stuff, so he doesn't. That's not going to be part of it, except for the Demolisher, just because. Or is that the Devastate? Whatever one it is. And then I convinced him to at least keep the vehicles from mercenaries, because he's part of our gaming group. Morning, Mundo. Wrong button. Sorry. He's part of our gaming group when we play Battletech, and so now that they have vehicles and vehicle rules, we're probably going to add some of that into future scenarios. So I told him they're probably not going to make clan vehicles, at least not for any decent amount of time. So for now, just use these. So he agreed. So that's why we've got those there. Anyways, so that's what I've got on the table. And then obviously, as as we move forward, as it were, I'll host we'll talk, we'll chat, we'll do all the stuff that we normally do. All right, so I've got all of these. Dang it, give me 1 second. Sorry, folks. All right, sorry about that. So, obviously, I've got everything primed, but I want... Okay. Obviously, underside, the primer didn't really get there. So, I'm going to take some of this, just some craft paint. Here's my amateur hobby tip. Some nice thin craft paint is actually pretty good for base coating. Like if you want to, like after you've primed, if you want to throw down like just a layer, thin it out, and use some craft paint. This stuff is $1 at Hobby Lobby. So instead of using my $5 a bottle paint for base coating, this nice and cheap. So I have a weird relationship with airbrushes. Not that weird, but weird nonetheless. Mostly because I do not like the setup and cleanup required to use it. So while I know there are advantages to using airbrush, it is significantly more work than I want to do. I think if I had a better hobby space where I could just kind of like leave it set up, I'd probably go for it. I've never tried just brushing on airbrush paints. But even then, airbrush primer is still significantly more expensive than craft paint. And if I'm just throwing my base layer on. So, or like in this case, just using it to supplement the primer and then hit those spots that the primer didn't hit. Which is super exciting for a painting stream. Whoop. Anyways, but yeah, I get your point, Mundo. For me, it's a combination of cheap and cheap and ADHD. I was gonna say cheap and lazy, but I think that's quite right. Yeah. Black and gray airbrush primer to get the shade you want. No, that's, yeah. I still use the automotive primer for the actual primer, and if it coats on just fine, then I'll actually just go straight as is. In this case, there's a lot of that underlayer that I just feel needs it. So, and hello, Gillian. Nice to see you. I don't think I've seen you here before. If you have been, I'm sorry. But welcome. And yeah, I am. This is absolutely the good enough hobby channel. I will have. I call it amateur painting time for a reason. But yeah, and also your comment about non-critical base layers, that's a great way to put it. Non-critical. It's like, I don't need this to be perfect. I just need to make sure that I've got quote-unquote primer everywhere. And a consistent base layer. Because it'll probably get covered up anyways. So yeah, so we're going to be super exciting today. So here's another problem. So the colors that I've been using for doing this Clan Wolf Beta Galaxy for my friend are Vallejo colors. Specifically Stone Gray and Blue Gray Pale. I really like these. I think they do great for the Wolf Beta Galaxy stuff. However, I have found that Vallejo is a lot harder to come by these days. Like, I don't know of any game shops within 45 minutes of me that carry it anymore. There's a hobby shop about 20 minutes away from me. So when I say hobby shop, okay, I'm not talking a game shop. Hobby shop equals RC cars, model kits, you know, like F-15 or sports cars or whatever. Anyway, so there's or trains. Trains is another one that I would put in that category. So there's a hobby shop about 20 minutes away from me. And I called them up and they're like, oh yeah, we totally carry that stuff except for the 2 colors that you want. Which was great. Anyways, they did offer to order it for me. Said it'll take a week. I have those 2 bottles. The question is, how much paint do I have? Do I have enough to get 15 figures done? I don't know. So that's why for right now, I'm just starting with my base layer. So yeah, it is difficult when you're having to recreate a project but you need more materials and now you're not sure you're going to get them. So, because that's another thing. It's like, yeah, I call up. I'm like, hey, I'm looking for these. He's like, well, I can order them for you. You know, how long is it going to take? Well, at least a week. Ugh. I mean, I guess I could have looked on Amazon. See, Amazon has like kind of ruined shopping. The fact that if they have it, you're probably getting it within 72 hours as opposed to a week. That's a mess. Yeah, but I liked how like you could go into the game shop. Hey, can you get this for me? And you knew it would take about a week, but that's because they did their ordering on Monday, and you know, then it would be delivered to the shop, you know, usually by Friday. So if you got it into them, if you got the order into them before Monday, then yeah, you could pick it up from them. But yeah, not anymore in most cases. But also, I mean, we used to be willing to wait. Now it's like, oh, you're going to take a week? Okay, cool. I'm just going to go to Amazon. Now, in this case, I didn't go to Amazon because I actually forgot. And actually, okay, you know what? Now I'm curious. Vallejo 7884. Yeah. Which it comes up with lots of other Vallejo paints for like $8 a bottle, but not the paint that I need. So we'll see. Yeah, see, that's what happens here. We get distracted. So yeah, hopefully that comes in. Hopefully I can remember how to do these. That's another thing. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go back to painting cockpits the regular way, as opposed to my speed paint way, because I want everything to look similar. You know, regular paint for laser jewels. This is weird. It sort of feels like I've gone back in time. Huh. Okay, Gillian. I had not even considered that. Although I probably should have. I'm actually like really annoyed with myself for not having thought about that before. Yeah, but also, I mean, just the fact that I probably, like, okay, so they're Vallejo model color, or as I like to jokingly call them, the World War II paint line. So typically a game store is going to carry the model or the game color, and not the model color line. And the model color line is massive. Like, Hobby Lobby carries model color, but they literally only carry like 20 total. Like, there's next to no selection. Because in the line, there's like, what, 400 paints or something? So, you know, unless you're that dedicated hobby shop, you're probably not carrying model color. Oh, I should... You know, if this doesn't work, and actually, instead of going to eBay, I'm going to go out of state. I'm going to call the hobby shop in Utah that I like. Why? Because they carry, all the quote-unquote esoteric war games, all the stuff from Warlord, their historicals, Battlefront, obviously they carry 40K as well, but anyways, they probably carry this. But that's also the crazy thing. I mean, Vallejo used to be easy to find, kept in stock, and now like if it wasn't for this project, I wouldn't be using it. Because this is as close as I get to a commission job. Like literally, and the funny thing is I'm not even getting paid for it. I mean, I am, but I'm not getting cash. But he didn't want, like, there were only 2 new clan boxes. He just buys 1 of each. And so he didn't need, basically he got some Inner Sphere stuff, which I haven't bought everything, but like he's loaned me his stuff so that I could do like reviews and whatnot. Like half of the Battletech box set reviews that I do are stuff that I borrowed from friends instead of bought myself. And so his payment, I'm painting, so this is going to be, well, okay, 15 battle mechs, 4 vehicles, 2 aerospace fighters, and then I get to keep, I think he got like 2 Inner Sphere mech packs. So I get those. I get the rest of the mechs out of his mercenary box. Oh, and I got his Savannah Masters. Anyways, so I get to, that's how he's paying me, which is fine. Yeah. He has developed some financial issues since the Kickstarter, so hopefully that gets resolved. Of course, even without the financial issues, we probably still would have done the trade because he doesn't need the Inner Sphere mechs. And good morning, nerds. It's been a while. How are you, my friend? Oh, nerds, have you gotten your hot chocolate yet? I legit want to try that. So for those of you who are wondering what I'm talking about, friend of the channel, a Nerd's Nerd, is a former Marine. Thank you for your service. Do not stand behind her in a helicopter or to its side. Just saying. Anyway, so I was doom scrolling the internet, as one does, and I saw this meme that had there's apparently a Crayola brand hot chocolate, and so it's covered in crayons, and I don't know if it was real. I don't know where to get it, but because I'm a bit of a troll, I shared that in one of our groups, and you know, anyways, she had a good reaction to it. She's a good sport. Anyhow, she then says, couldn't find any, so I just ground up some old half-eaten crayons and mixed it with Nesquik. Classic Marine ingenuity. I'm glad she can take it as the joke it's intended to be from a non-serving jackass. Yeah, I don't know where I came up with it, Mundo. But yeah, it's like I never put it down as the prime layer. Like in this case, I'm just filling in, trying to cover up where like the primer didn't quite get to. And then that way it just has a consistent color for the base layer. Kim is apparently amused about something. Oh. Her stray has come to say hello. Okay, her stray has come to get snackies. Apparently, Kim now wants snackies. It's only 3 o'clock, woman!
I didn't eat lunch. I snacked.
I just had a protein bar. I don't know what you all heard, but I'm just going to leave it at that. Oh, I did forget to add. I gave him a bonus miniature. This is a 3D print of the Roadrunner. Technically a Jade Falcon mech, but essentially I had 14 mechs in the box to get primed, and I don't know if it's OCD, but something in my head was just like, nope, that's not right. We need another one.
Another cat?
No, we do not need another stray cat. Hey, Angzar. What kind of god-awful weird conversation did I come in? I don't know. What part did you hear? I mean, you've been here before. You know that these conversations, like, take a turn. Yes, the Emerald Harrier. That's what it is. Thank you. Yes, it is absolutely a derpy looking mech. But like, here it is next to a Locust 2C. And it's, again, just tiny. But man, is it fast. No, it is not. I've used it in one game. I literally took an Alpha Wolf that I had painted to look like Wile E. Coyote and an Emerald Harrier that I painted to look like the Roadrunner. Like hitting the thing is a pain. And it does not do a lot. I think it's got like 2 medium lasers, so it's not an insignificant punch. But yeah, especially if you're dealing with like a swarm of those. Yee. But yeah, one hit from anything and you're losing a limb. Easy. Conflict? No, these are Battletech, Ingzar. These are the mechs that came out as part of the Mercenaries Kickstarter. All clan mechs except for one. Mostly 2Cs. And then the Roadrunner or Emerald Harrier is a 3D print. This is a painting commission for a friend of mine. So instead of my normal, hey, everything kind of gets a unique paint scheme, I'm going to be painting a lot of Clan Wolf Beta Galaxy. Yeah, no, nerds, you are completely correct. But if that guy gets a lucky hit, that thing is just bing! I haven't looked into it, but I do also think it's kind of interesting that it's 15 tons and not 20, and that's like standard. Like I would assume that there would be like rules for sub 20 ton mechs. Hey, I am technically a Clan Wolf fan. Clan Wolf, Federated Commonwealth. Yes, I'm a basic. I am absolutely basic. I get it. You know, Stephen Cross. Good morning. Hey, Stephen. I'm painting Clan Wolf Beta Galaxy. I'm doing great, sir. I hope you're doing well also. Huzzah. Huzzah is not the normal phrase we use for Clan Wolf Beta Galaxy, Steven, and you know it. Yeah, so when you first chimed in, Ingzar, the Emerald Harrier, it's a very not it's a very not well-known mech. Like, its first appearance was in like a promotional flyer for Battletech way back in the day. And I think it's been moved into a tech readout somewhere. I forget which one. But as far as I'm aware, it's never really been used, published, made, etc. So the fact that somebody made a 3D file for it is just funny. Night, Steven. Have a great day, sir. My Battletech hill to die on is that Clan Jade Wolf not getting Mary Sue plot armored back to Clan Wolf would have been 10 times better from a narrative standpoint. Maybe. I can't see... I mean, I think the bigger problem with it was that they ham-fisted the hell out of that story. You know, like it was all done within the space of like a couple of chapters. No, like, all right, we're gonna throw this out here and we're gonna let it, we're gonna let it percolate for a few novels or something. It was just, hey, we did this thing. Oh, hey, we're gonna, so Clan Wolf got destroyed. Clan Wolf got absorbed. Vlad comes out of a coma and issues a trial of refusal and kills the Jade Falcon Khan. And like all within a couple of chapters. And so you're like, okay. So like they could have, like I could have seen them putting it back into the story, like, and not leaving it as the Jade Wolves, but they could have still done it a lot better. Need that should work. Need a brush that's going to give me some decent coverage. I think this might be my best bet. Okay, well, let's see how well this works. Let's see how much paint I have left. Okay, that is not a good sign. I've gotten that much out of the bottle. All right, well, I don't think it's officially empty, but I'm going to try the shampoo bottle trick and see how much we can get out by putting it upside down. Because otherwise... I'm stuck until that paint order comes in. When all else fails, go ghetto. Yeah, that's not good, nerds. Is that the gray that I was using? Or was I using... I think that's too bright. Like, even with the wash, that's not right. Well, that sucks, because now I've used up my blue-gray pale. That ain't gonna wash properly. Well, now I feel like an idiot. You know, a wise thing would have been to just, like, put a little bit of paint out. Test it. See how well it works. But no. I'm not... I know it doesn't show up too well on the camera. Like... Alright, you know what? It's experiment time. So I'm not going to waste any more paint until I figure this out. So we have blue-gray pale. We have Reaper cloudy gray. Reaper... Like, for all my complaints about Vallejo, Reaper is even worse. I like Reaper as a company. I like their paint. Nobody carries it. Hey, Christopher! Good morning, sir! So... I'm waiting for this to dry as I put a little bit more paint on. Because essentially what we're going to do is we're going to experiment here. I don't remember which color I used. I know I used Strong Tone as my wash. So essentially I've got those two sections. And the dark section, and the base coat section. Have a good one, Chris. Hey, Seraphis. Good morning, sir. So, I'm going to put... Basically, I'm going to wash this leg, and we're going to see which one looks closest. I know the stone gray is right, so I'm not worried about that. And I'm actually glad that I'm doing it now, as opposed to... I'm glad I'm doing it now, as like, or I'm glad I'm working on the gray before I do the brown, because I could just make the excuse of, oh, I'll just do the browns, but then if I'm having to repaint and muck with stuff, that's not going to be good. Hey, so we're just going to give it another minute because you can still see some of the shiny spots, so we're going to let that dry. And yes, Angzar, science is just effing around, but with notes. Thank you, Adam Savage. Anyhow, so while we wait for that, yeah. Overall, happy with the new sculpts. The Blood Asp, this is a fun one. Did I? It's not fun when you realize, yeah, I kind of missed a bunch of spots. Let's double check the other one. Go through all of that, make the big deal about, yeah, get your underside base coated and covered, blah, 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 and then I totally miss it. Hey, Dr. Death. Hold on, which one do you say looks like, is that the right or the left do you think looks like the Fenrir? Because the right, this one is the Blood Asp, the kind of like solo mech that they did the salvage box for, which you'll find out if you ever get your mercenaries shipment. No, this is the Bane or the Kraken, which, I mean, that's pretty much, it's pretty much dead on. I've got a couple 3D printed Banes, and they're almost indistinguishable from these that just came out. All right, so oh, nice, Dr. Death. Were you happy with what you received? Oh, crap. I think I made another mistake. Let's try this. I don't think I used strong tone for the shade on the legs. Dude, Angzar, you are not wrong. This is literally just effing around at this point. I will take you for a burrito in a little bit, dear. All right. See, folks, this is why it's called amateur painting time, because I don't know what I'm doing.
You're slowing my progression to a
Peanut Gallery apparently wants Mexican food. Which is interesting, because usually it's
been 2 weeks. But
usually like getting a burrito is like her settling.
not had Mexican food in 2 weeks. Maybe 3.
Angzar says, yeah, but if you take notes, all you have to do is screw up in every way possible, then never do any of those again, and you'll have mastered the art. Okay. I don't think Angzar knows who he's talking to. Take notes. What kind of channel do you think this is, sir? Notes. Trust me, I've actually told myself many times, I really should be taking notes on this. I don't take notes. That's also partly the reason that I don't do unit painting. I know you weren't here at the beginning, but like usually when I'm painting Battletech, like I'm painting every single mech in a unique style. And if I come back and have, like, quote unquote, have to do a unit again, I'm recreating it from the ground up. So even mechs that are from the same faction, like I have a couple from Clan Wolf Gamma Galaxy, a couple from like Lyran Guards, things like that. It's a new approach each time. Like I did a Goliath in Lyran Guards, and I actually used this bright warm gray instead of white. So it was very much a different very much different approach to painting it, and I like how it ended up as well. But yeah, I you know, hey, you're wrong. You're right that it technically doesn't matter, but there are some variations to that rule. Like these, this is being painted up for a friend of mine. And he wants Clan Wolf Beta Galaxy. Okay. Normally when I paint up Battletech stuff, I'll do named pilots. You know, I'll do the particular unit. But it's usually my interpretation of it, you know, so close enough. Come on, Gray, dry off so I can get the wash on here. I need to figure out what I'm doing. But then, yeah, I made my own, you know, personal unit. Like, I actually have a quote-unquote personal unit that long-term I will, I'll add more mechs to it. I think I'm up to, like, 8 so far. And eventually I want to have, like, a nice big Merc company worth. Oh, come on. So yeah, but it's Battletech. Like, we should. I really should talk to my group about doing some more campaign style stuff. The problem is we don't meet more than once a month, so that's a little harder. And my friend who I'm painting this for, you know, he's got some scheduling issues at the moment, so playing a campaign wouldn't really work. Hoping to get monster clay for Christmas so I can try and take my terrain to the next level. Okay, interesting. Nerds, I don't want to talk about work notes. I should make a lot more notes than I do. And I don't. But half the time it's telling a customer, nope, your stuff sucks. Go fix it. You know. So anyway, so I'm to stall for time, and I will ask you all a question. Should I try to 3D print a mech scale Union dropship? Peanut Gallery is already opposed to the idea. I am intrigued. For those of you who have seen my my gaming table with the mech scale Battletech terrain, I just got to thinking that it would be kind of fun to do a mech scale dropship. A buddy of mine did it, and he did it out of resin. I would do it out of FDM. Yeah, nerds, I kind of agree with you, because like it would be good like a 4 foot by 4 foot table, like, and like a scenario assaulting the dropship could actually be really fun. All right. So you're wrong. Essentially, there's two types of 3D printing. There's resin, where basically you pour some goop in, and then UV light hardens it. And it's really good for detailed figures. So like, this is 3D printed resin. The other is that the one where you've got like the string of plastic coming in, and basically it melts it melts the plastic and then just like deposits it in layers. So technically the base on this guy is 3D printed, so you'll see a lot of lines and things like that. And yes, I know that's what you're doing. I know your terrain, like you were talking about the sculpting, and that's, dude, more power to you. That is not me. But I'm not opposed to 3D printing. I have both printers. I have resin, I have filament. And you know, for something like a dropship, like So a friend of mine did it, and he sent me pictures. And this sucker is literally like, seems like it's like 2 feet across. So it's massive. Sorry, folks, trying to get some dark tone in here so it looks more or less right. See, Angzar, I don't think I would want to do a crashed one. I get it. I'm just saying, for me. All right. So I'm kind of tempted to actually just leave it with that craft paint layer. That actually looks pretty good. I mean, it's a little darker than this. But this isn't quite dark enough. That's definitely not dark enough. So I'm definitely not doing the blue-gray pale. All right, I need a vote from the audience. Cloudy gray, blue-gray pale's already out, so you don't get to vote for that. Do I do the cloudy gray? Or do I just leave the craft paint layer? Hey, Mondo Hand. And yes, thank goodness it's Friday. I need feedback from the chat. Craft paint. Or cloudy gray. Which do I do? Do I need to start playing the Jeopardy theme song? It's not so much about how shiny I want them. I just want the colors to stick, to be a bit closer. So remember, I'm basing it off of this guy. So yeah, I just want the color to match. And I agree. I think the craft paint, you know, that's why I put a little bit of dark tone on it. Just so, again, I could get closer to what it is. And even with the craft paint, this just doesn't look right. So, all right, well. Thank you for humoring me, chat. I was not expecting that result, to be honest with you. I was literally... I assumed it had to be some color paint. But I didn't mix it. All I did was thin it. So fixing it will act like... Ta-da! Look. I fixed it. Cool. This painting session absolutely took a twist I was not ready for. But I'm here for it. Although, now I have no cloudy gray, or blue-gray pale. Well, theoretically I have blue-gray pale coming. We shall see. And how much stone gray do I have? All right. Bane, you have to sit off to the side. You need to dry. All right. Let's see how far we can get with this. Treating it like a shampoo bottle. Don't I know none of you heard that because she wasn't that loud. But I say I'm going to treat this like a shampoo bottle, and Peanut Gallery responds with, "Don't forget to lather." I'm really not sure how to take that. Anyhow. Alright, so waist up. Get stone gray. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Get soapy, bubble, bubble, moistly. You take it moistly. And apparently frothy.
Is it also girthy?
I am not. Of course she speaks up to say something like that. If you heard it, great. If you didn't, I ain't repeating it. This is a family show, thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, you have to do this.
Now, Nerd's in the chat.
It's a dude.
Nerd is not a dude.
Okay. That is someone under the age of 18.
No.
There you go.
Nerd is not under 18.
There you go. I can say girthy if I want.
I'm just... It's... You don't know if Seraphis' kids are watching this?
You won't even know what girthy means.
Yeah, and now Seraphis has to explain it to him.
No, you can just say it's what Santa Claus's bowl full of jelly is. Girthy.
Family show, maybe if it's the Manson family? You're wrong, that's fantastic. If any kids are sitting watching a grown man paint toys, I'm worried. Please go to the park. And Seraphis' kids are currently playing Spider-Man and Dinosaurs. I can't think of a better game for children to play. Just gonna throw that out there. So I'm mostly like the Highlander 2C. Not a fan of the bunny ears. Which I think is just an artifact of the molding process.
Do you really like the ocean water powder thing? How much do you like it?
I like it enough that we can buy a replacement pack.
What if I bought 12 boxes of Amazon?
That is a little much.
It's not $20.
Apparently Sonic has flavor packets for water based on their drinks. And they make ocean water, which is rather tasty. Okay, Seraphis, that is clearly not true because it's the Highlander 2C, which implies there was a Highlander 1, which means there's a second one, which, you know, just... I mean, let's be honest. In movie terms, yes, there is only one Highlander.
Because there only can be one. There can only be one. There we go.
Yes,
I
Peanut
prefer-
Gallery.
I
There,
prefer it to be Sean Connery. Please don't.
yes, Sean Connery, the Spaniard.
Yeah, that's not my fault.
That's true, you're wrong, but, you know, we're still nerds here. What do you mean the movies got bad? There was only one movie, you're wrong. There was no TV series. There was no TV series.
Then what did I watch? Like every day.
Peanut Gallery, you are horrible at following the joke here. How many Star Wars movies are there? Okay, you say 3. I would have accepted 5 or 6.
I'm ignoring people.
That's fine. That is also an acceptable. How many Indiana okay, better one. How many Indiana Jones movies are there? There's only 3 Indiana Jones movies. Therefore,
I enjoyed the TV series. Second.
How many Highlander movies are there?
I guess there's one.
There's one.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I was talking about the TV series. I never watched the movie. Are you making a pun on that there can only be one thing?
Both!
Wow.
Okay, I never watched the Highlander TV show. I'll admit that.
You're not nerd enough. Get out.
No, I think that came out like right before I went on my mission. And then I wasn't into it afterwards. Or maybe I was just so annoyed with how bad the other Highlander movies were. Oh my gosh, those were atrocious.
There you go. No, I'm going to your mom's house. Oh, get roasted.
I've already done that for us.
I like totally roasted you.
No.
Yeah.
I don't feel roasted.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye, be safe.
So I don't Anyways, that was.
Bring it.
That was a lot of arguing about Highlander that I was not. I've ridden in a Toyota Highlander. That's fair, Mondo. Yeah, that was a lot of arguing over Highlander that I wasn't expecting. But I also didn't realize that my wife has not seen Highlander. Actually, I'm going to make her watch all the Highlander movies now.
No, just one. Because there can only be one.
No, I want you... No, you need to understand... Like, okay. I'm not going to get a lot of pushback on this from chat, I know. But, like, the Highlander sequels were so bad that it makes the Star Wars sequels look fantastic.
You know what also was bad? The Twilight movies.
You loved those.
No.
Yes.
I have never watched the last one. I haven't watched it. Could barely sit through the third and the fourth movies. I only enjoyed.
I haven't watched any of the Twilight movies.
Because you are.
Because I have testosterone. Mondo, I have absolutely no idea if they're trying to do another Highlander. It would not surprise me. Yeah, my only real response to Twilight. Man, I literally just forgot what it was. My only real response to Twilight is vampires don't sparkle. And also, regardless of what I say, Stephanie Myers has a bucket of money. So, my opinion is next to worthless. It's still my opinion. I ain't changing that, but gotta recognize game. And she did it to the tunes of millions of dollars.
And Kristen Stewart. Ugh, gross. She just gotta go and ruin it for everybody.
Well, again, my only real comment about Twilight is that vampires don't sparkle. Oof, it's 4 o'clock? Been going for an hour and a half. Mondohan, they haven't made a redo of Lost Boys because how do you... Okay, apparently my wife considers that perfection.
I've never watched it.
Okay, I'm like... She considers it perfection, yet has never watched it. Because at least in the current climate, the movie's literally about boys. So, you know, if they change them all to girls, like, you know, make it Lost Girls, I don't think it'll have the same appeal.
I'll have to kill someone. I'm tired of that.
Apparently, Peanut Gallery is considering violence.
There's a fine line between sanity and violence in my head.
And I get to live with her.
Until you're dead.
Apparently, it's probably sooner than later.
It's a contemplation, depending on how long you made me wait for a burrito.
Okay, apparently I'm going to have to go soon. Because the burrito demands are increasing. I'm not going to go look for that Seraphis. At all. Just throwing that out there. Anyways. So, what I'm going to do... Don't leave yet. As you need something to do while putting on winter tires. Yeah, see, I'm down here in a frigid 79 degrees. Morning, Malachi. How are you, sir? So I like visiting snow. Nerds? Seriously. Winter tires are for cowards. I enjoy driving a bobsled 3 months a year. Hey, Peanut Gallery. Why don't you go, you know, get ready to go?
Because I thought I was going to go people of Walmart.
Okay, apparently we're going people of Walmart out. for date night.
I'm not serious. Amazon and Black Friday sales got me in a way.
To Walmart for a bobsled. That was a shock. Anyhow, what should we? All right, somebody ask a question. Seraphis, keep it PG-13. What should I say? What should I? All right.
We're not going to talk about how I just hurt myself.
Okay. All right, so chat, I have a few like retro items that I want to do some videos on. Would like your opinion on what I should do first. Juror number 2, Clint Eastwood's new flick? No, I have not. Oh, Coco, speaking of living in super cold places, did the package get to you? You are the only one I haven't heard from yet. All right, so opinion from the chat. Retro look back. This will do. We'll just do like a. This will just be like a flip through video, because keep in mind, I don't know a whole lot. Should I do the second edition Dungeons and Dragons Monstrous Compendium? Doctor Who FASA role-playing game, or Star Trek RPG, and or Starship Combat Simulator. USPS.com. LH. All right, so Coco, I just looked up the tracking number. It has processed through the facility into Canada and cleared customs on November 10th. That is what I have for you. So, hopefully you get some sort of resolution. Before real Thanksgiving. Yeah, I said it. I regret nothing. Apparently Peanut Gallery says I'm going to regret it later. Hey, Hungar. What? Oh, God. Okay, well, if Canada Post is striking, that would make sense. But did I... Hold on. What?
They're on strike again.
I think they've been on strike for like a while now. For the last 2 years. And Mondo, congrats. You're a member now. And Hungar, thank you. Guess what, folks? Because of Hungar, we get to do a Christmas giveaway. Apparently, because of Hungar, Kim gets a burrito. Because she's Hungary. My wife, everybody. Oh, what is... All right, 4:15. All right, can we get the stone gray layer? Yes, I realize I'm going to have to come back in and clean all that up later. I don't care. That's fine. Well, that's a mess. All right, in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to try and get all of the stone gray. All right, so since no one's asking questions, there's also a sex strike in the U.S. Theoretically, Mondo Hand. However, I will say that Peanut Gallery is not participating in that strike. Just throwing it out there. Okay, so for those of you who are here, because clearly there's some Battletech fans out there. Haven't had any in 4 years, so I didn't notice. Coco, first off, you're trolling. I see what you did there. And in my world of Eberron, no, he can't. Warforged paladins cannot lay hands upon themselves. They don't have the parts. I'm sorry. Because their constructs get. And Malachi, you still have not specified whether it is an African or European swallow. Obviously. I don't think my content ever went uphill, dear. Have you met me? Okay, so as I was saying, before I had to respond to chat, and Peanut Gallery. Alright, I'm gonna have to come back in with some extra layers on this. I think I got it a little too thin. All right, so since most of the folks here have at least some passing interest in Battletech, I mean, I've been painting Battletech figures for almost 2 hours now. So I had an idea on how to do some deep dives into Battletech content. I want to know if you would like this. Or if there's just no interest in it. All right. Malachi, 2 hours is like peak concentration for me. Also, it is a good time for a live stream. Like beyond 2 hours, then you're just like talking too much, eating up too much of people's day. You know, things like that. Okay, so as many of you know, we're doing the Eberron deep dives on Wednesdays, which are great. Having a lot of fun with Seraphis doing those. So yeah, this one I don't know what the hell they're thinking with that. All right, so after we do Eberron, I'm going to be switching up co-hosts. Not because I don't like Seraphis, it's just how I want to do it. And Seraphis will come back and we'll do another Eberron book. Seraphis and I have a lot of crossover in settings and games that we like. But he's also stay-at-home dad, so I don't want to long-term bogart his time. So we'll bounce in and out with Seraphis. He also doesn't get paid for it, so I mean, I don't really get paid for it. I get a little bit of monetization, but anyways, not the point. The money's not the issue. It's just how I want to do it. I want to rotate co-hosts because I have a lot of varied interests, and I have a lot of varied interests, but not everybody kind of bounces around like I do, and so I figure I will pick a topic that I'm interested in, and then I will find a co-host that will match. Anyways, so I have a co-host in mind for Battletech, and but I think deep diving the Battletech rulebook.
You have a co-host for My Little Pony too.
I do have a co-host in mind for My Little Pony. Yes, I am going to do the My Little Pony role-playing game. And I am actually going to enjoy the hell out of doing it. Anyways, I think deep diving the way we've been doing Eberron for Battletech would like people would absolutely hate it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deep dive just the boxed set rulebooks. Okay, so like the rulebook from Game of Armored Combat, the rulebook from Clan Invasion, and the rulebook for Mercenaries. Yes, Seraphis, there's a rulebook for Mercenaries. You'd know that if you had received your Battletech stuff. Seraphis is never joining me again. I don't know why I have any friends, folks. I really don't.
Ryan, I do have to pick up those cupcakes today.
What time?
Well, they're going to be ready already right now, but I don't know when they're going to close.
Where are they?
Gilbert, over by
Okay.
They're open till 8. You're safe.
They're open till 8. Okay. Malachi, I was not planning on going. Anyway, hold on a second, Malachi. If I don't answer that, ping me before I end the chat. So basically, we're going to deep dive just those rule books, okay? In the style that we've been doing Eberron and that Max Liao does on Legion of Myth. And then anyways, and I think those will be small enough because it's essentially it's board game rules. So, you know, it's I think it'll be okay to cover the Battletech rules that way. And then on top of that, that's just like the core rules. Okay. So you know, like somebody coming in, you know, wanting to learn Battletech, you know, they're just getting the core rules out of it. So then my theory is, and basically the reason I'm mentioning it is I want to know if chat would find it interesting. Okay. To break down, like, walk through, go over the rules, talk about it, discuss clarifications, confusions, things like that. Just, you know, do a deep dive on the Battletech rules. But then what we'll do, because there's tons of Battletech rules. There's tactical operations, there's strategic operations, there's campaign operations, there's interstellar operations. But essentially those are all like very they're modular. So you don't have to use all of it. You can use this rule, you can ignore that rule. You know, you get a lot more flexibility with those particular rule books. So what I'll then do, and this will kind of be like a long-term thing, is, you know, maybe like 1 or 2 videos a week or something. I'm still kind of piecing it together. And hi, Grim. We'll do just like 5-10 minute, I should probably be like 10-15 minute deep dives just on those alternate rules. So different movement rules, different targeting rules, different indirect fire rules, you know, all the stuff that the advanced rules that come out of those books. You know, we'll just do, you know, short deep dives. Yeah. Angzar brings up a good point. That's why I don't touch Battletech. When it would be simpler to learn to control an actual mech, you've gone too far. Well, no. So that's the whole point, Angzar, is that the quote unquote full deep dive would just be the most basic rules. It's the 30-page rule book from a game of Armored Combat, Clan Invasion, and Mercenaries. Those will be the long deep dives. So it'd probably be 2, maybe 3 episodes for each one of those. But then it would just be, you know, a little 15-minute quote-unquote taste of, you know, alternate Battletech armors, you know, experimental lasers, campaign settings. Actually, I should do a deep dive on the War Chest campaign. I have never figured out their campaign system. It doesn't make any sense to me. I literally think that could be a deep dive all on its own and literally go 6 weeks to figure it out. Ta-da! All right, I'm still not entirely sure how I'm going to split the brown and 6 weeks for me is 9 months. Shut up, Seraphis. Nerds nerd. I'm painting up a dropship and some mechanized infantry right now because normal Battletech rules weren't enough for me. See, so nerds, you're somebody that I want that feedback from.
I'll give you feedback.
Are you even ready to leave yet?
No, I'm wrapping presents.
There you go. Then don't complain about me still painting. That's fair. But yeah, nerds, would that kind of deep dive interest you? I mean, you're an internet friend anyways, so you still will show up. Which I appreciate. I really do. I'm just curious if you would be interested in it. I'm not. Anyways, yeah, Angzar, that's true. I see. For me, I'm actually kind of the opposite. I like somebody to teach me how to play a game, and then I'll read the rule book. Okay, hey, nerds, that's fine. That's, no, nerds is a real person. I promise she's a real person. I just have not met her in real life, and she's still kind of private, so, like, I probably won't. Which is fine. And I definitely wouldn't meet her without Kim present. Ben asks if I'm... I don't know what Gather Feast you're talking about, Ben. And also, it's date night, so probably not. Kevin, make painting great again. Then why are you in this chat? Because it's me. I'm mediocre at best. Hey, that's fine, Coco. Dude, that's the catch with the deep dives is, like, unless you are literally sticking to one particular topic, well, actually, no, it doesn't matter even if you're sticking to one particular topic, you're not going to interest anyone. AZ at the deuce? Ben, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, message me on... Oh! Got it. Okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I did an RSVP, so I'm not going. And let's just say since the olden days, the parties have not been great, as it were. So yeah, no, I will not be there tonight. Sorry, Ben. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come back in. Like, I can tell that I've got to do... You can't see as well, but I've got to fix up the layer on that. That's going to need some more brown. I just don't want to put any more out onto the palette. But, wow, I got stuff done. Figured out what I was doing, so that's good. All right. So, well, now we're up to 13 viewers. Sorry, everyone. Didn't mean for you to show up and then me go away, but Kim wants me to go get her food. So, real quick, if you're new here, because I know we've got a couple of new people, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I try to do at least a couple paint streams a week. I've got a bunch of stuff that I've got to get done. Well, anyways, wow, brain is not focusing. So, more videos coming. Come back at least on Wednesday for the deep dive of Eberron. I will get some more Eberron miniatures painted up so I can do another giveaway next week. But yeah, just make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like button. Share it with your friends. Tell your enemies. Whatever. You know, we just like to hang out, talk games, talk nerd stuff, and you all keep me occupied so that I can focus on painting. Trust me, it really does work. So, thank you, everyone. I do hope you have a good weekend. Any last questions? No, I'm not gonna. Anyways, if you've got questions, I'll see chat for another couple minutes, but I'm gonna end it because I gotta go out. I gotta go take the wife out for date night, and you guys have a good weekend. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.